Good morning, students. In previous lectures, we have seen types of type conversion. So, in that we have seen explicit type conversion, implicit type conversion, and in today's lecture we will see explicit type conversion and basically what are the different types of operators available in Python. So, let's revise what is implicit type conversion in short. So, implicit type conversion is nothing but converting one data type to another without user involvement is called as implicit type conversion. Vice versa of implicit type conversion is explicit type conversion, where in explicit type conversion conversion is possible by using function and with the user involvement. It's called as explicit type conversion. So, where user converts data type of an object to a required data type. So, for this predefined functions are used like int, float, string to perform explicit type conversion. So, user involvement is there in conversion. That's why this explicit type conversion is also called as typecasting, because user changing data type of an object at any time. That's why it is called as typecasting. So, syntax for explicit type conversion is required data type and in bracket expression. So, required data type means it can be int, float, str, it can be any of these function, and in bracket expression, that means on which variable we want to perform conversion. So, we have seen example for the same, where one variable is declared, that is num int, and its value is assigned as 1 to 3. Then another number is string num str, value is 4 5 6, but it is in double quotes. That's why it is string type of data. So, first we have printed num int data, and type num int shows which type of num int variable is. Then before typecasting string variable, what is a type of string variable, that this line shows that. Then conversion. Now, how the conversion happens? This is as per the syntax, data type is int, because we want to convert this string data type to integer. 4 5 6 is a number, but it is in a double quotes. That's why it becomes a string. So, expression is num str, because on this num str we want to apply type conversion, and data type is integer. Into that data type we want to convert. So, int in bracket num str. So, value of this conversion is stored in again the variable num str. Previously it is string type of data. Now it becomes, after conversion it becomes an integer, because here int is written. Suppose if it is a float, then whatever we get the output, that is in a float form. Those type of name num str will be float. So, data type of num str after typecasting. So, typecasting के बाद उसका type क्या बन जाएगा? Integer. And suppose if you want to add these two numbers after conversion, so now after conversion this variable becomes an integer type. So, integer plus integer, we can do the addition. So, sum of num int and num str. So, value is stored in a variable called as num sum, and that gets printed, and data type of sum becomes now integer. So, this is an output for the same, where first type of num int, it is value is 1 to 3. So, its type is integer. Then value of num str, before typecasting, so it is in double quotes form, so its type is string. Then data type of num str after typecasting. After typecasting it becomes an integer. Previously it was str, now it becomes an integer. Then addition of num int and num str is 579, because addition of 1 2 3 plus 4 5 6 is 579. Then type of this num sum become an integer. So this is an example of explicit type conversion. There is another explicit type conversion program, this also we have seen. Then there are different functions are used for the explicit type conversion. So those are changed manually by the user as per the user's requirement. One function is int a comma base, where the function converts any data type to integer form. That's why int is written. So maybe data is in the form of float or in binary form, it can be converted to the integer form. So the base specifies the base in which the string, if the data type is string, if it is a string, then it can be converted to the specified base. Then float function is used for converting any data type to floating point number. Same for the ORD function, it converts characters to the integers. Then hexadecimal, this function is used to convert integer to hexadecimal string, and OCT function is there, it is used to convert integer to octal string. Then we have seen this example, and then we have seen how this binary data gets converted to the decimal. We have seen the conversion, basic conversion. So that conversion is applied in this program, where s is equal to, this is type of string because it is in double quotes, and that converted into the integer type, but this is, and data is in binary form. So binary to decimal, how the conversion happens, that we have seen in this. So 10010, its decimal form of in a base 2 is 18. Then there are these key points to remember. Basically it's a difference between implicit data type and explicit data type, where in implicit type conversion Python avoids the loss of data because it's automatically gets converted without user involvement. That's why the data loss is Python avoids the data loss. In explicit type conversion, maybe there are the chances of loss of data because user is forcefully changing a data type of object, because user involvement is there. That's why there are more chances of data loss. Then in explicit type conversion, there is no predefined function is used, but in explicit type conversion the typecasting is done by using, or objects are converted using predefined functions by the user, because user involvement is there. That's why the explicit type conversion uses the predefined functions, or a user can change that predefined function anytime. So one predefined function is declared, then he can change the predefined functions to another data type conversion. Then we have seen operators in Python. Basically what is an operator? Operator can be a symbol which is responsible for performing particular operation between the two operands. So operands are, suppose for example, here is an example is 4 plus 5. So 4 and 5 are the operands, where plus symbol indicates an operators. So this concept you know in previous you have seen, you have learned many of the languages, C, C++, PHP, JavaScript. So you are very well known about these operators. Operators are same, but way of writing syntax wise it's a different in every language. So I hope you have cleared with what is operator and what is operands. Suppose if it is a plus b is equal to 5, so a and b are the operands, and in between of a and b there is a symbol called as plus. If it is a plus, then minus. If it is a minus, multiplication, division, it can be any of the symbol. That symbol is called as operator. So that operator work is responsible for performing operation between the two operands which are neighbors of that symbol. So these are the different operators which are supported by Python. First is arithmetic operator, then comparison operator, then assignment operator, logical operator, bitwise operator, membership operator, and identity operator. Then we have seen arithmetic operators. So arithmetic means basically all the calculation part. So arithmetic operator used to perform arithmetic operations between the two operands. Basically it includes addition, subtraction, multiplication, division, remainder, floor, division, and exponent operators. Then we have seen example for the same, and this is a description of each and every operator which is in arithmetic operator. Then this example we have seen where we get the addition is 18, then subtraction is 2, multiplication is 80, then division is 1, we get the modulo as 2, then component is 10 raised to 8, then that is 10 power 8. Then floor division answer is 1 because 8, if we divide 10 by 8 then we get the answer as 1. So this program we have seen and we have executed the same program. Then we have seen comparison operator. So comparison means name itself suggests comparing two operands. So एक के साथ तो compare नहीं हो सकता, that's why it requires two operands to compare. Then comparison operator output is in true or false, because this comparison operator only returns boolean values. So boolean values can be true or either false. So these are the comparison operators. First is equal to. अगर if two operands are equal then condition becomes true, otherwise it is false. अगर दोनों operands का value same है तो output will be true, otherwise it will be false. Not equal to, if A not equal to means B. So suppose A value and B value both are matching, then answer is A. If it is not, two operands is not equal, then condition becomes true, otherwise it is false, because negation is there, not equal to is there, that's why. And then less than equal to, if first operand is less than or equal to second, then condition becomes true, otherwise it is false. Vice versa for the greater than equal to, then greater and less. These are the comparison operator we have seen, and I have given you homework on this, that you have to perform the practical on this comparison operator by yourself. You can take any of the values by own and perform this comparison operator practical. So this much we have seen in previous lectures. I hope you have cleared with this. Next operators we will see in our online lectures. Till now, thank you. Stay home, stay safe, stay digital.